You have to understand, things back then weren't the way they are now. You had the bare essentials. There was a lot of unemployment, and people went to the market to make a few bob. Anyway, they could.
To capture the milk market at this time was just more than social documentary photography and capturing a part of Limerick in the 70s, but it was also capturing Ireland before it disappeared forever.
And my earliest memory, the market was probably before it was developed, maybe 21 or 22 years ago. It was just broken down sheds with lean-tos, and you walk in and it was the real typical, everybody was scattered, there was no organisation.
It's nice to see progress. I don't think it has lost any of the charm. There's a lot of familiar faces that I've known over the years are still here, which is great.
But it's also a tradition in the family. The market was somewhere we always just came to on a Saturday for something to do on a Saturday morning.
In the last 4 or 5 years, though, it has become a bit more multicultural with the different food styles.
Well, I think since the roof went up.
Since the roof went up.
Just the whole buzz, the atmosphere, the music, the hustle and bustle of people going around, the socialising of people. It's fantastic to see. No matter how down people are, depressed with the whole climate, the way everything's going, there's a good buzz out there. There's positivity.
What would you call a woodpecker without a beak? Now you're going to visualise this woodpecker without a beak. What would you call it? It's a headbanger. What else?
Since 1852, the Limerick Milk Market has survived through good and bad times, not just because of the bargains to be had within its walls. Its foundations stem from more than bricks and mortar. It is a space where a community comes together, a place of business where people gather to buy and sell, but also to stop and watch the world go by, to share stories. Because of this, it stands as a source of pride in the hearts and minds of the people of Limerick. The ways of the past have changed, but the memories live on through the people of its time.
I've been going to the market now for about maybe around 10 years, around that anyway. Just a busk, and it becomes a kind of a social life to me as well, and so I meet people and I talk and I give an old joke or whatever, Well, Limerick was a meat market, but as time went by, it became a livestock market. The people bringing the milk into the meat market were bringing on in Aston trap or whatever, in churns, and then they would sell from the churn, If you have a pint, I have a pint measure and things work like that. And mostly a lot of the country people used to be there, they used to come from all around, even from Clare, even all around Tipperary. Well, years ago, you wouldn't see much cars really, and when they came, you see maybe some of the old ladies who come with prams and all that kind of thing, and with the big long overcoats, whatever, So it has progressed now. They put a dome on it and they made it into a new market, which is completely different, And so it's good, but the old days being, I thought was better. It was a real market in the old days.
While the landscape of the market has changed significantly, the spirit has remained the same.
Well, I suppose my abiding memory of the Limerick Milk Market is as a 7-year-old going there with my mother at Christmas time. Traditionally, my mother always bought turkeys in the market, and I was brought along to help her home with the turkey. But when I developed an interest in photography, I figured that, look, this is at the cusp. This is an area that's about to change, and I was acutely aware of the direct association there was between the Limerick Milk Market and historic times. I knew that this was more or less a vanishing Ireland, that the characters that were there, the people, the whole atmosphere was something that was from the past. As Limerick was changing, it was quite evident that the milk market was going to be altered significantly. These people were from a different era, and it was very evident that there were quite a few people in the Limerick milk market that had direct links back to history. As I walked on the cobblestones, it was obvious that, you know, these very stones, people squatted on these stones during famine times. Once you got within those four walls, you know, the walls of the milk market, it was really farm produce, whereas now it's, you know, it's really a different type of stallholder, different type of products, and the buzz that's down there is still, you know, it's a very exciting place to be.
The traders who crowd the market's cobbles come from near and far, through all the seasons of the years. For them, the market is not just their source of financial income, but also a central component in how they live and construct their lives from week to week.
When you get up in the morning, if you're getting up early on a Saturday morning to go to the market, you don't like it. But the minute you get there, it's really enjoyable. You meet an awful lot of people, we say the crack is good, and it's lively and it's great fun, you know, so you do enjoy it, right, you know. So I hope we can just keep on selling the flowers like this and holding on to our stalls, you know.
So we're a bit lucky as well, because we're actually the only fresh flower stand with bouquets and stuff like that. There's fresh flowers, all right, but nothing like this made up, you know. It's like the Alstromaria bunches are there.
We went down there in '96 and we were driving around the market looking for a place to pull in, and some woman standing up against the wall guided us in. She said, "You can park there." I thought, this is great, we have a fabulous little spot for parking. And then she came over and she said, "What are you doing with that?" And we said, "We're selling flowers." And she said, "If you're selling flowers, you can get the hell out of here, because I have a van load of them right there in front of you."
I hope you got that on camera. That's boring.
Capturing my spirit, like.
What's your let's say?
Yeah.
See, first Limerick, next thing Hollywood, you know, you never know. Hollywood's doing this.
I've been to Hollywood, for God's sake, I'm coming back now.
You got sick of the life, did you?
Yeah, I got sick of it, you know.
Yeah.
Do interviews, never do. If you're around or hanging around Brad Pitt and these fellas, there's such a waste of time, like.
I know.
Yeah.
Too many women, not enough time.
No comment.
Alongside the traders come the customers and characters who inhabit its bustling streets and buzzing cafes every Saturday.
If you ever notice, I'm very, I always keep to myself. If I go into the pub now and I socialise,
Are you very shy?
I drink a few pints all right, like, you know, but I socialise, like, you know.
Wait for a sing-song though.
I'm 80.
I know, you see, he's got 10 years.
You want to put 10 years onto your I must have got it from my father and my grandparents. Like. My aunts, no. My aunts, the Lord of mercy, they're all dead now. They were all harmonisers.
Oh, really?
You know, they were all harmonisers. Like, wait for me, I'll be coming home. Wait for me. And your man was on the radio and he sang it, you see. And then we did to the pub and you know, you come up the strand there, like, you know, I forget the name of the pub. When I started singing it, and each heart was still, each heart was young man still singing on the radio, like.
He thought he was getting a live performance.
Yeah, giving a good performance, right, very good. Still mine, I need your love, I need your love, Godspeed. I'm a celebrity this morning.
You are! You're a celebrity.
As well as weekend casual traders, the market is also home to over a dozen shops and cafes which operate all week long.
My name is Maria Harper. This is my cafe, Harper's Cafe, Cormarket Row. I've arranged 2 different events here. One last year in June on Father's Day was the Future Footprints in Limerick. Just something I thought up myself. I was going to the local heroes meetings, and one day I said, right, Future Footprints Limerick, they're the kids. The kids are the future of the city. So we got a giant canvas and the kids' feet into paint, ran across the paint, and with each footprint identified back the kid. And we'd like 88, 89 kids that were involved, and it's being actually displayed in the market soon. It's quite known. A lot of people actually, we had a customer in there 2 weeks ago who'd been up from Waterford, Wexford, something like that, far away anyway, and they had came to Limerick to visit and heard about the market and wanted to check it out. So it does bring people definitely to the city. And the other event, which was on the 3rd of March this year, the Mad Harper's Tea Party, and we did it for Pieta House, and we've finalised the count now, but we've nearly reached our €1,000 target, which is brilliant. And it was good fun, and I got great support from the market themselves and a lot of the shops throughout, so it was fun to do.
A tensile canopy roof that was installed in 2010 as part of the redevelopment of the site has facilitated new activities to develop within the market's walls.
Above any of my classes, I love it because I love doing it outdoors. The lighting is always lovely, you know, and there's a great atmosphere in the milk market as well, you know. Even though it's not quiet, but that's all about yoga, is trying to maintain calm amid chaos, you know. So I think that the milk market is a really great place to figure that out or to practice that. The canopy has really made it, you know, and especially with the weather, it's always quite wet in Limerick, so the canopy just can bring people in at any time in any weather, and I can do yoga in any time in any weather as well, you know. And I can turn on my music through the speakers, so I love it, I really do.
We started using the big top in 2011 after the renovations. Yeah, it has everything. It has atmosphere. Just has everything. It's a fantastic venue. It's ideal. It's in the middle of town. It's great for all the business in town. It creates a buzz. I think if you were there for Arthur's Day, it was like being at a festival, like people walking all over the place. It was absolutely, that was the fantastic buzz. Great bands on, great fun, and there was other bands around, and yeah, it's great. It was a real festival atmosphere from it, you know. The venue itself it just lends to it. It creates an atmosphere. But like every venue, has its limitations and it has its problems. So it's challenging, but it's exciting at the same time.
Do it all over again, 'cause I want you to see, 'cause lately all I think about is different ways to figure this one out, 'cause we were never meant to last, but that much is true, but don't you?
Limerick Milk Market will always survive.
It's kind of been a staple of everyone's childhood who grew up in Limerick.
I hope we're still there.
I hope we're still there, yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll still be here. That's my main thing.
The only time they'll catch up to me is when I'm laid out in the coffin.
Yes.
It didn't rain, it's rain, you know, it's raining violets. And when you see clouds on that hill, you soon will see clouds. daffodils. So keep on looking for the bluebird and listening for the song whenever April showers come along. The April showers may come your way. They bring the flowers that bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because it didn't rain, it's rain, you know. It's raining violets.